Hola chicas! Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've seen my old videos before. I restarted and I wanted to start a book YouTube channel, which is called BookTube, I think. But before anything else, don't forget your drinks. We're going to be sitting and yapping for a while. The video is going to be about... So today I'm going to talk about we're going to do a January wrap-up on the books that I've read last month, and also I'm going to show you guys my February TBR list. So these are the books that I read for the month of January. I read A Court of Silver Flames, which is the last book in the ACOTAR series, and it's written by Sarah J. Maas. The next one is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Next is Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. And then I started the Zodiac Academy series. So I read the first book, which is The Awakening. So I'm going to go through each one of them and tell you guys what I thought about it. First book, A Court of Silver Flames. So the entire series, I actually tabbed all of them. It's over here. I tabbed each and one of them. These are all the tabs that I put. I don't know if you can see it, but it says funny, love. Funny is something that made me giggle. Love is some sweet moments that I thought OMG is something shocking, or something that I'm like, what the heck is happening? Sad is, of course, made me tear up or cry. And then, of course, I cannot forget the spicy part, which definitely there's a lot of spicy parts in this book. What I thought is it was a perfect conclusion for the ACOTAR series. And I was really invested in the characters. Like switching to Nesta and Cassian for the last book was a perfect choice. Nesta is one of the characters that is very hard to like sometimes, but her growth in this book was so rewarding. Also, introducing Gwen and Emery added so much depth on the story. These women with their tragic past were kind of like the key to Nesta's healing and transforming into a strong role model. I also like how the whole ACOTAR series, they balance out the female and male characters, and the world building, absolutely incredible. I loved it all so much. I cannot stop talking about the ACOTAR series. But yeah, I rated this a 5 out of 5. Would definitely want to reread the whole ACOTAR series again. Okay, now let's talk about Twisted Love by Anna Huang. Okay, ladies, so if you're looking for a book that will definitely steal your heart, this is the perfect one. This is the first book on the Twisted series by Anna Huang. This is also the first book that I read from her, that is written by her. And I would say this is a must read. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. I love the book, but there was some parts that are cringy. Also, I do love how there's like a murder mystery type of thing in this book. Just a summary of this book. It's about Ava and Alex. Ava is the sunshine girly who's always happy all the time. And then Alex is such a grumpy, stone cold eyes type of character. Alex is Ava's older brother's best friend. Also, this book is not just mainly about romance. It has a lot about friendship, sarcasm, the murder mystery part, jealousy, and also just a right amount of spice. I think I rated this, I already told you guys, I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. So the next book I read for the month of January is Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. This is a dark romance comedy book. Okay, so this book has been on my TBR list for a while now, and I'm kicking myself for not picking it up right away. Once I started reading this book, I devoured it. This was so good. This was a 5 out of 5 star for me. The characters in this book are amazing. There are some scenes that are a little disturbing sometimes, but I really enjoyed reading it. Also, the MMC and MFC on this book, they're such adorable characters. They're so funny. They always mess with each other. There were moments that I was like, ew, what the heck is happening? And then there's also moments that I was like, aw, that's so sweet. I'll definitely be reading the rest of the series. I already have Leather and Lark on my TBR list, and then I should be getting the 3rd book soon. Also, fair warning, there might be certain foods that's never going to be the same for me anymore. Especially cookies and cream ice cream. Ugh. I don't even want to think about that. Okay, on to the last book that I read on the month of January, which is Zodiac Academy, The Awakening. This is the book 1 on the Zodiac Academy series. I rated this book a 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't that bad. I mean, the story is interesting. So I went to this book thinking it was going to be a total drag. And at first, I wasn't that hooked at all. So the main characters, Tori and Darcy, didn't really have much depth that I was hoping for. So because of that, it was a bit tough getting into the story. But by the end, I didn't completely dislike the book. It was fun. It's kind of like Harry Potter meets Jersey Shore. I don't know. The drama was a lot, but it's also funny. There were a lot of moments that was funny for me. I was giggling. I was laughing. But let's talk about the other characters. Professor Orion, he's a total vibe. He's got this hot dad energy. He's a little bit sarcastic, but honestly, he's the only guy character that deserves to be on this story. Darcy, though, I really wanted to give her a hug the entire time I was reading this book. And then for the rest of the book, I just wanted her to get it with her teacher already. Goodness, the tension between them was wild. Like, I can really feel it coming out through the pages. And then there's the heirs. I mean, they're like the supernatural mean girls. I couldn't stand them at first, and by the end of this book, I was done, D-O-N-E, done with them. But Tori, though, she's got a sharp wit, and Ooh, girl, she was strong AF. She was a badass. I loved it. Loved her character. And as far as Tori and Darius shippers, don't come for me, but I feel like there's not much going on with them on this first book. I hope there's a lot more interactions with them on the next few books. So I can't wait to read the second book. I already got the second book. And it's going to be not on my February TBR, but probably on March. Anyways, I need to drink a little bit because I'm going to be talking about my February TBR list next. Okay, this is going to be my February TBR list. I already read the first book yesterday. My God, Jumper. What? What? My cat is meowing. Jumper! The first book is Dungeons and Drama by Kristy Boyce. This is a YA book. I already read this yesterday. It was a 5 out of 5 star reads for me. So this is about a girl who, I don't want to spoil too much about it. You know what? I'm going to read the synopsis at the back. No one loves musicals more than Riley Morris. Her dream is to be a Broadway director, but when the spring show is canceled, Riley has to figure out a way to bring it back. Easier said than done. She's stuck working at her dad's game store, the place that means more to him than his family does. Riley can't waste time at a dead-end job when her entire future is resting on making a name for herself. So she convinces her co-worker Nathan Wheeler, the floppy-haired, glasses-wearing guy she barely knows from school, to help her. In exchange, she'll help him make his gamer girl crush jealous. Plus, they want her to show her egotistical ex Paul just what he's missing without her. Soon, Riley and Nathan are a couple and people seem to believe it. But selling the ruse means joining Nathan's role-playing game. To Riley's surprise, the game is almost fun. And even more surprising, flirting with Nathan doesn't require as much acting as she thought it would. This is an enemies to lovers, fake dating, romance, YA book. There's no spice in it, but oh my God, I enjoyed it. I read it in one sitting. It was so fun. Definitely read it if you like to game, like if you love Baldur's Gate 3 or Dungeons and Dragons. There's a lot of context about that in this game. Look at the cover, it's so cute. Next book is Phantasma, written by Kaylie Smith. I barely started it. I'm literally on the first page of the first chapter. Synopsis is very, very long on this one, so I'm just gonna look up what this book is about. Okay, so Phantasma is gonna be, it's about the girl is a necromancer, the guy is a phantom. People are saying it's kind of like Danny Phantom romance book. It's based in New Orleans. I think this is a dark fantasy romance. It gives very gothic vibes. There's going to be forced proximity on this book, which I totally love. Another thing is a forbidden romance. Who doesn't love that? Reading about this online, people are describing it as a haunted house competition based on the 9 circles of hell. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, the next book on my February TBR is Circe by Madeline Miller. As a Greek mythology lover, I've seen so many good reviews about this online. I grabbed it. I want to go blindly reading this book, so I don't want to read anything about the synopsis, but I'm excited to read this one as well. Also, the cover is so cute. I love it. Look at that. Next book on my TBR list is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara, or Yanagihara. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos on this book where people are bawling their eyes out. I'm emotionally preparing myself before starting to read this book. It's on my second to the last list. I might move this to the very last just because I don't know if I'm prepared to cry nonstop while I read this book. I also want to go blindly on this one. Don't want to know anything about it. I just want to start at the front and keep reading it until I reach the end. And then the last book on my list is The Striker by Anna Huang. This is going to be my second book written by her. The first book that I read was Twisted Love, which I loved it. I just didn't like one part of the book where Alex was singing. That was so cringe. This is about Asher Donovan, which is the MMC in this book. He's a great footballer in the world, but his reckless antics and recent team transfer have caused much controversy, and when his feud with his rival turned teammate cost them a championship, they're forced to bond during off-season's cross-training. Surviving the summer shouldn't be hard until Asher meets their new trainer, which is the MFC on this book. They describe her as she's beautiful, talented, and no matter how hard he tries, he can't take his mind off her. The only problem, she's his rival sister. Oh no. So definitely off limits to her. The MFC on this book is Scarlett Dubois. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think I am. She's a former prima ballerina whose career was cut short by a tragic accident. Now a teacher at a prestigious dance academy, but still haunted by the ghosts of her past, the last thing she wants is to spend the summer cross-training the famous footballer Asher Donovan, of all people. She swore she would never date a footballer, but when her brother leaves town for an emergency, she finds herself thrown into dangerously close proximity. Love that, close proximity, with a gorgeous, charming striker. Training she can deal with, but falling in love, that's out of the question, especially when he's the only person with the power to break her heart. I'm super excited to read this book. Also, look at this one. I got this one at, I think I got it at Sam's Club. But check out that cover art. Look at that. God damn. Anyways, that's all. Anyways, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Share it with your friends. Comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.